Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. Let's see, what are we going to do today? Okay. Still got a few things left to do here.
I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago.
Ugh, get rid of it then.
I can't have Mother living in this hole. We've got to get out of here.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna bring Carver. Eveline. Yeah. Darktown. We'll get out of the city eventually. Don't worry. Eveline. Some strength. The warrior clears a forward arc, throwing enemies back. Sure. How are you doing on inventory? Give you a better shield, at least. Need strength up. I have lots of belts. Apparently, we got a quest here for Anders. So I believe that's what it is. Speak with Anders at his home in Darktown, now that things are settled with Carl. Okay. You're back here, aren't you? What's up, Anders?
I had a friend like you once. Got in all kinds of trouble. Dragged me along. Didn't think I'd be doing that again. I got a bit weighty the last time we talked. Sorry for putting that on you.
You'd be surprised how people just tell me their darkest secrets. I must look trustworthy.
You look... something. True. Proud. Like even if you don't agree with me, you'll be honest. I hope I didn't seem too selfish when I told you about justice. I didn't know what would happen. I figured a willing host, a friend. It had to be better than playing the demon and haunting some corpse.
We can't always predict the outcome of our actions. We can only make them with a true heart.
Well, under that scruffy exterior, I think you've got a bit of a soft heart yourself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't presume. We've hardly met, and I feel like I know you. Am I making you uncomfortable?
Oh, come on, really?
I don't want you thinking about me that way.
Everyone wants to control my thoughts. Fine. I hear you. Strictly professional.
Well, that was kind of sudden and forceful. He's like, hey, you want to start a romance with Anders? No? Well, then... tell him to screw off, basically. It's kind of the one downside with a lot of RPGs kind of like this. Did I collect that already? There isn't really a gray option. Not to mention that, again, that kind of came out of left field.
We don't want no territory. Yeah! Come on!
I don't want to hurt.
You're in trouble now!
You okay? Oh, we got more. Kaboom!
You're in trouble now!
I thank you, Sirrah, for coming along when you did. I am Emmerich.
Just the person I was looking for. I need to speak with you about Ninette.
Ah, Ghislaine de Carac's wife. Her disappearance interested me. I tried looking into it. However, the investigation has been a waste of time.
Did you learn nothing?
Most people just say she left her husband. This all started when Meren, one of our circle mages, disappeared. I found it odd. She was a bit older and hardly adventurous. Then I heard about Ninette and 2 other missing women.
And you have doubts that they merely fled? A woman goes missing, and you'll either never find her, or you'll just find her body.
I hope you're wrong, madam. I think the disappearances are connected, and I suspect foul play is involved.
Mages routinely flee the circle. Perhaps Meren just wanted freedom.
She had always been loyal. She received lilies from an unknown suitor, and some of us thought she may have gone to meet him. Perhaps her disappearance is linked.
Doesn't the circle use phylacteries to keep track of its mages?
We followed her phylactery to a foundry, but found nothing. I had heard of sympathizers smuggling mages through Darktown, so came here hoping to pick up the trail. But no trace of Meren. And as you've seen, asking the locals hasn't made me very popular.
Have you mentioned any of this to the city guard?
They say there's no proof the disappearances are connected. They think the women just left home, that it happens all the time.
People don't just disappear. Perhaps they were murdered or kidnapped.
We found no bodies, no ransom notes. Those women just vanished.
I don't like the sound of this.
Neither do I, Sirrah. But I cannot carry on. This battle showed that I'm no longer the warrior I used to be. I know when to walk away. Here, take my findings. Perhaps you can make more use of them. I'm going back to the gallows. I'm too old for this.
A foundry in Lowtown. I should look into that.
Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters, and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Emmerich's notes are a messy collection of half-baked thoughts written on scraps of paper. Only one seems to stand out. There's something about that Lowtown foundry where Marin's trail ended. I've got a strange feeling about it. Is there anything else here? Pouch of pebbles. Money. Because I need money for my expedition. It costs a lot. Amulet. Guess this is it for now. Okay, back up we go. Okay, let's get out of here.
I saw you at the Blooming Rose the other night.
What? No, you didn't.
I suppose someone else stole your chin to romance Faith?
That's unlikely. She wasn't even working.
Got you.
Carver.
You're just... That's not what I... Shit.
Okay, moving on. Hey, we finally don't have anything in daytime. Night has fallen. Thugs prowl the streets. Only one man stands between justice and chaos. Unfortunately, we're not him.
Hey, you got any dust? Dwarf dust? I'm hurting here.
No, you're an addict of, obviously, of lyrium. Barrel. Health potion's always nice. Let's clear out clear out this gang hideout. Didn't we fight Ignacio Strand already? Or did I just read his name on a thing?
I've got this one! I'm right here! Hit me!
Why am I not fighting? Ah, boom. Hello.
They say violence doesn't solve anything.
Run, Spiker. Was that a bow? Let's go, little brother.
Well, next.
This was a tiny little place. Yep, it's a bow. Wonder if Ver could use it. Or is he just stuck with Bianca? I want to say stuck with Bianca. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anyone unequip Bianca from him. It's like his one personal weapon. Oh, that was taken care of. Go to the foundry. I think I saw someone. Can I get some help here, please? Hold on, Aveline. Cover, where are you? Take care of you at least. Ah, dang it. Oh my gosh.
Bastards!
Oh my gosh. Okay, I definitely need to get better equipment or something. Dang it.
Very bad for my morale.
Yeah, I know you're hurting. I'm hurting. Dang it.
Oh, classy.
Ah! Hurry up, hurry up. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here.
I'll make you cry for your mother.
Kaboom! Come on! Don't die, don't die!
Where it hurts, but, you know, why does everything we do have to involve magic?
I definitely need to get better. We had a codex update. We arrived in the dead of night. We had been tracking the Maleficar for days, and finally had him cornered. Or so we thought. As we approached, a home on the edge of the town exploded, sending splinters of wood and fist-sized chunks of rock into our ranks. We had but moments to regroup before fire rained from the sky, the sounds of destruction wrapped in a hideous laughter from the center of the village. There, perched atop the spire of the village chantry, stood the mage, but he was human no longer. We shouted prayers to the Maker and deflected what magic we could, but as we fought, the creature fought harder. I saw my comrades fall, burned by the flaming sky or crushed by debris. The monstrous creature, looking as if a demon were wearing a man like a twisted suit of skin, spotted me and grinned. We had forced it to this, I realized. The mage had made this pact, given himself over to the demon to survive our assault. Transcribed from a tale told by a former Templar in Cumberland, 884 Blessed. It is known that mages are able to walk the Fade while completely aware of their surroundings, unlike most others who may only enter the realm as dreamers and leave it scarcely aware of their existence. Experience. Demons are drawn to mages, though whether it's because of this awareness or simply by virtue of their magical power in our world is unknown. Regardless of the reason, a demon always attempts to possess a mage when it encounters one, by force or by making some kind of deal, depending on the strength of the mage. Should the demon get the upper hand, the result is an unholy union known as an abomination. Abominations have been responsible for some of the worst cataclysms in history, and the notion that some mage in a remote tower could turn into such a creature unbeknownst to any was the driving force behind the creation of the Circle of Magi. Thankfully, abominations are rare. The Circle has methods for weeding out those who are too at risk for demonic possession, and scant few mages would give up their free will to submit to such a bond with a demon. But once an abomination is created, it will do its best to create more. Considering that entire squads of Templars have been known to fall at the hands of a single abomination, it's not surprising that the Chantry takes the business of the Circle of Magi very serious indeed. In all my studies, I must say that the most intriguing was my interview with a Desire Demon. That the creature was willing to speak with me was a sign that this was no mere monster, mindlessly driven by its nature, but or rather a rational being as interested in me as I was in it. It took a form that I would call female, though I had no doubt that it could appear otherwise. I wondered if it appeared as it did because I wanted it to, or because I expected it to. She, and indeed I could only think of her as such now, smiled warmly at me and laughed a musical sound that seemed to thrill my old heart. So frightened was I of this creature's legendary abilities to twist the hearts of men, and so relieved was I when I looked across the table into her dark eyes. This was a fearsome creature of the Fade, but as I spoke with her, I slowly came to realize that this demon was merely as misunderstood as we mages are ourselves. From the journal of former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Vervain, declared apostate in 920 Dragon. Of all the threats from beyond the veil, few are more insidious and deceptively deadly than the Desire Demon. In folklore, such demons are characterized as peddlers of lust, luring their prey into a sexual encounter only to be slain at the culmination. While a Desire Demon can indeed deal in pleasure, in truth, they deal with any manner of desire that humans can possess: wealth, power, and beauty, to name a few. Far more intelligent than the bestial hunger and rage demons, and more ambitious than the demons of sloth, these dark spirits are among the most skilled at tempting mages into possession. Many who serve the whims of a Desire Demon never realize it. They are manipulated by illusions and deceit, if not outright mind control, although these demons are reluctant to resort to such crude measures. Indeed, they seem to take great pleasure in corruption. The greater the deceit, the greater their victory. Only demons of pride prove more fearsome opponents when roused. Their ability to affect the mind allows them to assume disguises and even alter the environment to their purposes, not to mention the great strength and speed they possess if they should have to resort to more physical means. Most often, a Desire Demon will attempt to bargain its way to freedom if overpowered. Many stories exist that depict mages defeating Desire Demons to the point where a wish can be wrested from them. It should be noted that in such stories the demon almost always gets the upper hand, even when the mage thinks his wish has been granted. In other words, never make deals with demons, no matter what. Ow!
Would you also like me to make pigs fly?
Dang it! Now I think I realize why I tended to stick with Varric. Kaboom!
That's a lot of bones. A severed hand, a ring, and a pile of bones. Emmerich will want to see this. And I should bring the ring to Ghislaine. It might belong to Nanette.
Am I wearing any gloves? Yes, I am. These are slightly better. Okay, let's get out of here. Now then, I think we're okay here. Was that the hangman? Yeah.
The Harriman family's been throwing a lot of coin around, trying to find out who came.
This is not a way out. This, however, is. To the gallows. I promise we'll leave Kirkwall.
Do men find you intimidating? What about Wesley? Did he?
Isabella.
What? Too soon?
Too soon, too personal, too... everything coming from you.
Oh, sore spot?
If you don't shut up, I'll give you a sore spot.
Quality armor.
What do we got here? Sell all my junk.
The best.
Nope, wrong one.
Awesome.
No. That one. There. Need a better sword for you. Now I will sell. What can I buy? Not much. Okay. Hey, Emmerich.
You might want to see this. This was left in the foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
I saw someone leaving the scene, but they got away. I'm sorry.
It was more than I accomplished.
My people have been slow to react, but this needs official support.
I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
Maker's blessing on you.
Okay. We can finally leave. Let's go to the bone pit.
You take me to all the nice places.
Do I? This is probably one of my few times outside the city in like a year.
There was a brothel on the slummy side of Antiva City called the Bone Pit. It was entirely different from this.
Well, for one thing, this isn't a brothel. Oh, they're coming up behind me. Now I stand for myself. What do we got here? Sire, I interviewed the surviving slave this morning. She was horror-struck, but managed to tell me her chilling story. The overseer lined 17 slaves up, one behind the other, at the lip of the quarry. The second slave in line was ordered to push the man in front over the edge. The third slave pushed the second, the fourth the third, and on it went. Workers in the quarry heard the screams, the crack of bone against rock, and then the survivors' anguished cries as the overseer's dragonlings feasted on the 16 helpless bodies splayed upon the quarry's basin. The woman who told me this story was the 17th in line, spared only because no one stood behind her. Sire, I recommend we stop this ugly practice. Effective as it may be in motivating workers, it's also bringing our mine notoriety as a death trap. Stories of the bone pit swirl throughout Kirkwall. The veil is thin enough here, and above that pit is practically ready to sunder. We risk more than simple rebellion should the Overseer be allowed to continue. A letter from Prefect Centarius, 35 Ancient. Prefect Centarius. The outpost of the Maharian Quarry is up almost a third this season, and the Overseer has received a commendation from the Archon himself. You will speak of your findings to no one. A response from Magister Quillan, 35 Ancient. Let's see what else we got here. That was an interesting sound. It is as we thought. The quarries of Kirkwall were found after the city was sacked by the Imperium and after they started constructing the city. The Imperium found the mineral wealth, not the indigenous people. The histories give conflicting accounts on who lived here before the Imperium. Some say the Alamari, some say the Dayfads. We do know it was a barbarian people who had little need of the metals in the hills. So why did the Imperium come here in such force? It's hard to dispose Brother Mikhail's theory that the natural harbor would be important for their armies, but Magisters ruled, not common man. What barrier would a simple sea pose to them? The wars with the Alamari wouldn't start until centuries later. Each clue we find only leads to more questions, but we will not give up. Underneath a pile of small boulders carved with curious markings and signed the Band of Three. Elfroot was first used by the elves of Arlathan, hence the name. The root gave their medicines particular efficiency, so when the Imperium conquered the elves, the Magisters adopted its use and its popularity spread to all corners of the Empire. Elfroot is a hardy plant with large green leaves that grows wild in many places. It's so common that it tends to show up in most gardens and fields, almost like a weed. Unlike a weed, however, most people appreciate having access to the wonderful little plant. The roots can be used with very little preparation. Rubbing some of the juice on a wound, for example, will speed up healing and numb pain. And chewing on a slice of root treats minor ailments like indigestion, flatulence, and hoarse throats. There are several varieties, but the most useful for her herbalists are the bitter, gossamer, and the royal elf roots. An excerpt from the Botanical Compendium by Inez Arancia, botanist. What do we got up here? We got nothing. Lie down. Are these good boots? I'll take them. The fourth time I attempted to cross the border into Navarre from Orlais and was turned back by chevaliers, I decided to take the more roundabout path, a ship back to Ferelden, and then another to Navarra. The outcome was more than worth the trouble. The whole country is filled with artistry, from the statues of heroes that litter the streets and even the meanest villages to the glittering golden College of Magi in Cumberland. Perhaps nowhere is more astounding than the vast necropolis outside Navarre city. Unlike most other followers of Andraste, the Navarrans do not burn their dead. Instead, they carefully preserve the bodies and seal them in elaborate tombs. Some of the wealthiest Navarrans begin construction of their own tombs while quite young, and these become incredible places, complete with gardens, bathhouses, and ballrooms, utterly silent, kept only for the dead. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Okay, Bone Pit.
The looters seem to be staying away from this mine entrance. Maybe they know something we don't.
We gotta explore and figure out what's going on. Well, that's a cheery image. Very creepy, cheery image. Of course it's dragons. Come on. Ow, ow, ow. Gotta move.
If we kill them, we get...
Carver, we definitely need to get you, like, more armor or something. Oof. Someone kill that little one. Come on, guys, don't die, don't die, don't die. Well, I think we figured out what was going on. Let's go this way. Okay. Here, Eveline. Have a new shield. Maybe. Slightly better. We need to get you a new sword. Of course, we need to get your strength and dexterity up to do that. There we go. Good work, guys. Home of Victory. There's 18 strength. Cracked staff. Can I get it repaired? Barrel. Moth-eaten scarf. Who wants a ragged old scarf? I'm sure someone does. Oh, there you are. Come on. Carver's kind of stuck. He can't really do anything because the girls are in the way. Oh. You drop anything? Money! Eustace's pommel? Nope. This pommel, judging by the teeth marks, was lost in a violent exchange. Aside from the engraved name, it looks like standard city gear. Aveline, you know anything about this? I see you up there. Hey, look! Deep mushroom! Deep mushroom refers to the entire group of fungi that grows underneath the caves and most parts of the dwarven deep roads. Collection can be a dangerous task, as the deep roads are often infested with darkspawn. Because of this, dwarven merchants often recruit casteless hirelings for the job, and pay them a meager percentage of what they earn selling the mushrooms to surfacers. The most common varieties used in the herbalist trade are the blightcap, ghoul's mushroom, and brimstone mushroom, almost all of which tend to carry the darkspawn's corruption. While they cannot transmit the disease, this trait often makes them quite poisonous. Deep mushrooms should only be handled by experienced herbalists and should never be consumed without first being adequately cleaned and prepared. Careless consumption has been known to cause insanity, severe abdominal cramping, and even death. Except from the Botanical Compendium by Inez Arcacia, botanist. Deep mushroom.
Face me. I stand for all of us.
And I stand for me.
One less against us.
Time to level up. Get some strength up. Now then. Chain and lightning now leaps between enemies and strikes staggered foes with further electrical damage. I'll do that. Gallows slave finger cuffs. Here, Aveline, have a ring. And an amulet.
Praise and trusty you came along. Them dragons would have sniffed me out for certain.
Slow down. Tell me what happened here.
I'll tell you what I can, but be a friend and keep your voice down. There's another dragon close by.
Where'd the dragons come from?
We was mining a new tunnel when the wall collapsed, and dragons came through. It was a bloody slaughter. Scared out of my wits, I ran like my arse was on fire. It probably was, only I went the wrong way. Ended up trapped here.
Did anyone else manage to escape?
Some of my fellows ran for the surface. I hope they made it.
You should get out of here.
Don't have to tell me twice. You should leave too. But don't go that way. There's this huge dragon.
Something tells me I'm gonna have...
And larger. Not a threat we should leave behind.
My thoughts exactly. Who wants another ring? Nothing back here, huh? Okay. Let's go fight a big dragon, I guess. Oh boy. I should have probably saved. Definitely should have saved. Oof. Okay, Aveline. Dang it. Run on back. Nope, nope, nope.
I can beat you.
Okay. That wasn't too bad. Could have gone a little better, but... Okay, Carver. Money Blow now crushes enemies who a mage has made brittle. Shield defense now reduces the damage from all attacks rather than just the front. Additionally, the warrior's shield deflects some regular strikes, shrugging off most of the damage. While she is equipped, the warrior shrugs off the extra damage from critical hits. The rogue now exploits weaknesses in an opponent's defenses when using backstab to inflict extra damage. Let's go to the Viscount quickly. Hand in that pommel. Then we'll deal with the bone pit.
How much longer do I have to wait?
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be.
I can handle that.
Excuse me, Hawk.
It's done.
Oh yeah, inventory.
I think I found something of yours.
You found this? I don't know what to say.
You're not in uniform.
The Viscount must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most of the day.
Now then, to the bone pit. Or to hand in the mission about the bone pit.
You have such pretty hair. What a lovely color.
Other children used to laugh at me for having ginger hair.
Really? Oh, I bet you were cute. Did you have pigtails?
I should take a trip to the country. Sometimes.
How precious. Little Aveline running around the village with her flaming orange pigtails streaming behind her. And little boys all scattering and screaming for mercy as she approached.
Shut up, whore.
Wow. Girls, can't we just find a way to get along? You have anything? Here, have my junk. Got so many belts. Oh, bye. What do you got? I'll take that.
You off soon? Who knows? Absolutely.
This ring is all I have to return to you. I'm sorry.
Oh. Ninette's wedding ring. Yes. Look at the engraving. Forever faithful, forever yours. Oh. Written in happier times. Where did you find it?
It was on Ninette's hand, which was cut from her body. She's dead.
On her hand? Huh. I see. Well, maybe you should take this back. I don't want anything that might link me to her death. Especially with her family asking questions. No. They're going to blame me. I just know it. Excuse me, sir. I have arrangements to make.
Sorry for your loss.
Here to sell today, guardsman.
I solved your problem.
So, what happened? One of the miners told me you rescued him from dragons. I cuffed him for lying.
Well, he wasn't. Go there and see the corpses for yourself.
But I thought they're extinct. I believe you. You made them extinct again? If it is safe, the miners can return to work.
I got all the dragons. Should be safe enough for now.
Let us discuss your payment. You have been a great help. Since you did so much more than I was expecting, how about we work together?
Work together? With him?
I am offering a 50-50 share in the mine. You will make us both rich if you can keep your countrymen safe.
Why would you share half your business with me?
I spent a decade honing my business instincts in Val Royeaux. I once sold a seat cushion to Empress Selene. Simply put, I have a good feeling about you. So, what do you say?
Seems like the miners could use protection. And an advocate.
So, to our first order of business. We replace the lost workers. I will hire new hands. Plenty of desperate Ferelden's out there. But it will take some time. I need you to convince the surviving miners to return. They are holed up in Lowtown. Tell them the Bone Pit is safe again.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So we're about to own a mine, basically. To Lowtown.
You should meet my husband, Hawk. Perhaps an evening out sometime.
Maybe? Friendly dinner date? I need more friends.
Have you anything to spare?
Hey, this is the one that rescued me from them dragons. A fellow Ferelden, no less.
1,000 thanks for saving Jansen's worthless hide.
Worthless, am I? My farm supplied eggplant to half of the South Reach.
Yeah? My eggplant supplied half the bastards in South Reach.
Oh. You're a real hero. Now what brings you here?
I killed the dragons. It's safe to return to work.
What if there's more dragons later? Or something worse like, bigger dragons?
I go back to the missus without this job. She'll rip me apart sure as any dragon.
What can we do? That bastard Hubert is the only one willing to hire us.
I own half the mine now. I'll keep it safe.
Really? Oh, be nice to work for one of our own. If you don't give us a fair shake, who would? Back to work, boys. I'm happy to take more of Hubert's coin.
Make sure you sober up first before returning.
Of 3 children.
Okay then. What do we got next? Gonna have to leave the city again.
It's gone.
Question is, where do we go first? Linwood's camp, abandoned ruins, Sundamount, or the ambush site. I'm going to save it here and then call it. This seems like a good place to stop for now. Next time, we'll do more stuff outside the city. Out in the fresh air, clear-ish skies, nice hiking terrain. Maybe we should have a picnic. Well, if you like this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.